Welcome to the class of Master of Business Administration. Today we are going to discuss making effective communication or techniques of effective communication. In that sequence, we will be discussing a few techniques of effective communication. What are effective communication, or how can we prove ourselves effective in the given business environment? In that sequence, the first thing that hits our mind is of Francis C. Patty. And communication, as we know, is the transfer of masses from one person to the another person or from person to people. So communication can be bilateral, bipolar activity, or sometimes it can be multipolar. That is known as group communication. Sometimes we also try to communicate with nature. And this way, we will be discussing later on. But here, Francis A. Baldwin recommends 7 C's of communication. What are these 7 C's and how they are going to smoothen business communication? We will be discussing here. Now, the first C stands for candid. Candid means frank, open, nothing to hide, be direct and be accurate, be correct, clear and audible. So while talking of candid in communication, one must not endure indirect method of talking in business environment, because being indirect will be misleading, and there are multiple examples in the business scenario where things are misinterpreted. I would like to give you clarify this situation by one joke. India had a surgical strike on Pakistan. So it was said that there was a joke floating on social media that a Pakistani soldier was asked that why couldn't you guess that it is going to happen? So he said, sir, because of English. We were not knowing English. Since we were not knowing English, we couldn't guess it, because they said surgical strike karenge, and we thought surgical strike karenge. We thought Indian Army is going on strike. So this is just a joke. Don't take it seriously. But in business scenario, delay of the moment cost. So being frank, being direct, hit the objective. Don't beat about the bush. Be as frank as possible. Then second point comes. Second C stands as clear. Be clear and correct. Many times in communicative environments we come to know, while talking or discussing something, we came across a situation that आप क्या कह रहे हो मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा. I'm not getting your point. What do you mean? So clarity of concept, clarity of thought leads to good communication. Because, for example, suppose that there are 10, 12 people and you are giving an order and you are telling that I want you to do this, but you are not naming particular person. So the order will not be followed by anybody because they are not guessing that who is particular person being accountable for that. Onus lies on who. So this clarity of concept, rather instead telling that one should say, because you did, do it. Order should be clear. And you remember, everybody's responsibility is nobody's responsibility. So one person has to make responsibility, made responsible for the completion of any task. And that way, clarity of concept is very, very significant. According to Burgess points the third point, complete. The biggest advantage of communication and biggest technique is that it must be complete. And it must not be open-ended. Being complete. Like when you are going to understand that this task is over, this is done, this is complete. There must be some point when you realize that what is done, what is complete. So while language should also be like while communicating, you must use a sense of completeness. You cannot leave your communication on the mercy. Like if we are suppose that we are in a textile environment and some manager is ordering that target for the month of October 2017 is when we are able to produce 250 tons of fabric, good quality fabric. So you will order that by the end of third week you must be hitting the point of 250 tons of finished product. So completeness is required. When an assignment is going to be finished, considered to be done, and how, whether it is out of mill, the product is done, or whether it is finishing is done, whether it is in market, whether it is on factory outlets, where the task is going to be finished. It is up to the person who is communicating it. Like, since this is festive season, well before 1 week before Deepavali, the product should be on the factory outlet, or it should be in the hands of retailer. So planning and communication should be like that. The fourth C, as recommended by Francis and Barney, is concise. I would like to point new term, precise. Be brief and precise. Brief plus precise. So, precise your communication. Delivering long dialogues and lectures will even come to the end. So, meetings should be pinpointed. Public communication or personal communication, one-to-one communication must be target-oriented. And the target must be so concise. Directly come, don't beat about the bush, come and hit on the point and what you want to say. Like one line order, one statement order, and clear-cut order should go to the worker. It's not like that you are giving one page right up and forwarding it to. See, one example I would like trying to say business correspondence like countries in the USA and Britain. Earlier in later writing, people used to write with a lot of formalities and all that. But present day correspondence, there is a subject line introduction. Why is it so? Why do you expect somebody to read unnecessary details? In US or other professional world, it is a practice that they will read only subject line. They will underline, and if they think that the work should be done, order will be given. If they think that it is worthless, it will be crossed and dumped into the stream. Correspondence will go to the wings. So concise, that one line title, punch line, and hitting the main point, hitting the bull's eye. That will be conciseness. Then fifth C, as per Francis J. Berlin, is correctness. What do you mean is be clear, crystal clear, being that clarity of correctness should be there. And mistakes of the language. For example, I would like to give you example from business communication itself. As being for correctness, there is a term barriers to communication. There is a phrase barriers to the communication. Sometimes mistakenly people coin another phrase barriers of communication. So barriers of communication is a wrong phraseology, grammatically wrong, and barriers to the communication is the proper phrase, because communication is a flow and the barrier comes as hindrance to the flow of the communication. That's why it is a barrier to the communication is the right phrase. So being correct sometimes helps you out in a lot many situations. And then after, so grammatic phraseology and then adaptation of appropriate correct language helps you out to avoid a lot many jobs, professional jobs. Then there comes, this is concrete. We were talking of correctness, this is the sixth one. And before that there is one fifth one, correct, concrete. What is concrete? There are two terms, abstract, concrete. Abstract is the opposite of concrete. Concrete means this is concrete article, three-dimensional product. It is having length, it is having width, it is having thickness. Three dimensions are there. But when we talk about abstract phraseology, like we describe in general terminology, God and all many things, so many things, so in business communication you have to be concrete. You have to briefly maintain the law and order of the size of the product that you want to, or you should adopt in terms of clear budget. Budget, it should not be like we are going to spend heavy amount. Don't use like this. We are going to spend $1,000 million. Clearly, that is concrete budget. We want this size of product. Otherwise, you are expecting something and outcome of the product will be entirely different. So, concreteness is the fifth C of, say, out of 7 C's of communication as recommended by F.J. Berlin. So, concrete, correct we have already discussed. Then coming to the last point, courteous. Here I would like to mention that we must be polite. Politeness must not be sacrificed at any cost. Being polite and being courteous. Sorry, please, thank you. Three main pillars of business communication. We must not be disrespectful to women or to seniors for showing ourselves, for asserting ourselves. So this would not be killed. Otherwise, customer and client are having impulse of service. like even Mahatma Gandhi said that customer is God. हमारा ग्राहक भगवान का रूप in for business enterprise. And modern day life of liberalization, privatization and globalization, where marketing sensibility are at its peak. In that situation, you realize, identify the value of courteousness. Loss of one customer one day will add to the loss of volume of the output of revenue size of the company, and it will add to the loss of that company. So remember that, and that way courteousness must not be sacrificed or bargained. So this 7, last but not the least. So here I would like to revise once more that according to Francis Weber, in 7 C's of communication are candid, clear, complete, concise, concrete, not abstract, concrete, correct and courteous. So here I would like you, are there any other formulas? Yes. It is paused. Good. Of making effective communication, we will be talking here of certain other principles apart from the 7 C's of communication. Synergetic environment. Remember that not only my mouth is communicating, not only my body is communicating, not only my hand is communicating, the whole soul environment is communicating. So mind, body should be synchronized, synergized to make the holistic impact of communication. Then there comes two-way communication, and make it that you should listen while ordering, while communicating. And then there comes, it should not be one way, it should not be monologue, you promote dialogue, auditory skills. Then strengthening communication flow. Whether it is upward, it should be downward, it should be horizontal, it should be grapevine, it is your duty to strengthen that and adopt proper media. Don't think like looking London, talking Tokyo. Adopt proper media and then encourage openness. Being an open-mind environment, brainstorming sessions are more productive, meetings are more productive, and then appropriate language. Like, I would like to raise here a quotation. The focus should be the language of the listener, not the language of the speaker. Otherwise, अंग्रेजी भाषा का व्याख्यान चाहे वो कार्लाइल का ही लिखा हुआ क्यों ना हो, बनारस के पंडितों के लिए तो राम रोड़ा ही है. Means they won't be able to understand, they won't be able to follow the command. So appropriate language and then effective listening. The better you listen, the luckier you will get. So listening is very, very important. And finally, we must not sacrifice the preciseness of communication. The formula, golden formula rule of Kish, keep it simple and short. That is the core of the communication. That's it for the day. Today we discuss making effective communication or techniques of effective communication. Certain techniques that can smoothen our communication, that can help us in acing our communication skills. That's it for the day.